Going on, everybody? My name's Maximus,
My name is Ethan.
and welcome back to the Reincarnated Pod. Two
Hey.
dudes talking about anime because we fucking love this shit.
We
How you doing, Ethan?
love it. I'm doing fantastic today, dude. How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
You know what? We're a little rough around the edges, but nothing really gets me more excited than talking about JJK. Spoiler, that's the episode.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to JJK. This is the episode. Big one today. I think we've been waiting for it. You've all been waiting for it. It's we know the heat's here, and we know this is a pretty widely discussed topic, but we think we have just ample information to contribute to the conversation, right? I think that like a little bit
I would say quite ample.
quite ample, right? I think a little bit of glaze on
Right.
some of our favorite characters that everybody else is glazing. A little bit, it'll be apt. A little bit of conversation on just the superiority that Mappa's just displaying this season here, as well as just I think the execution has been really good this season. I think that was something I was really surprised by. Just like this was going to be a technical like a technically in-depth season for like the animators, and I was wondering how they were going to pull it off, and they did a fantastic job, dude. I mean,
I think they did do a fantastic job.
yeah, I mean, let's
Really
kind of just start with season 3. I mean, we start with Yuji, and this is right after the Shibuya incident, right? I mean, we've got a
Yep.
nice a lot of people have lost their lives, unfortunately, and our boy's really blaming himself, and we see that throughout the season. And that's something that
Yeah.
he obviously wrestles with, and I think it's cool because it's like, you have this character who's not just running around murder hoboing everybody, right? He actually cares that like he's doing all these terrible. I mean, it's not him, right? But he feels like it. So it's cool to be like seeing this character kind of carrying a little bit of guilt with him here, and not necessarily like it's not great, right, for people to be really carrying guilt like that, but it really complicates the situation, right? Makes you feel for the guy.
I mean, it really
empathize
does.
a little bit. Yeah. I
No,
like.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yuji himself, Yuji himself, he's always been a caring. He's always tried to help others. Kind of what his grandpa asked him to do.
Mhm.
But when I'd rewatched the movie leading up to season 3, rewatching the pain that Yuji went through after waking up and realizing what Sukuna did. And I mean, I think that directly translated straight into the season. Episode 1, we had Yuji fighting Yuta. And I mean, against all odds, understanding that he was a special grade, he still put up a fucking fight. Yuta has one of the largest cursed energy reserves.
I think he has like,
and
isn't it like the largest? It's above Gojo's, right?
I think it's second only to Sukuna.
Okay, see, that would make sense. Well, isn't there also that one
Yeah.
guy? I don't know. I mean, we can go into that in a little bit here. I just smacked the crap out of my
Yeah.
desk here, but it's just I'm so happy we get to see Yuta again.
No, yeah, I mean, Yuta. I mean, that movie was incredible. Seeing Yuta, I mean, obviously we didn't understand it yet, but once we saw the copy technique, understand what I think that is such an awesome curse technique, copy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, we've seen it done before a lot, but I think it's done really well in JJK. The condition is that Rika has to eat it because it's technically is it technically Rika's curse technique?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I do know there's some stipulations that, like you had just said, that Rika has to consume a portion of the individual, and I think it's like the more difficult techniques require larger portions of the person being consumed. So I'm not super positive if that's the case, but we get to see it live, and we get to see a second attempt at Inumaki's technique with the cursed speech, which is really cool. We get to see them come back in and reintroduce something. I feel Inumaki has he had a lot of potential. Unfortunately, his potential is better being utilized by somebody else. You know what I mean?
being utilized by somebody with the immense depth and curse energy that Yuta does have, right? Obviously, we see it holding back a lot in the movie when he's trying to fight the grade 1 curse spirit.
Yeah.
And he's already just his throat is just getting fucking railed.
Pause.
Like I mean
Pause.
Pause. Um, but no, I mean, we got you seeing how Yuta's depth of just immense pool, right? This ocean of cursed energy he has, is being able to utilize cursed speech like that to the maximum. It's really cool. But going back to the Yuji and Yuta fight, Yuji's really grown on me. I mean, first of all, the like his fighting style, I mean, it's very personal, right? He relies on all of his regular physicality, but he doesn't have any sort of like signature moves or anything, right? He doesn't have a curse technique. He kind of just fights, and I think that's super cool. But I mean, even with that little, let's call them available weapons,
Sure, yeah.
in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still able to at least kind of put up a fight against Yuta, right? We see he grabs this random hunting knife in episode 1 when he's fighting Yuta. He grabs this random hunting knife, and then snaps a katana imbued with cursed energy. Like, it's absolutely nothing. I mean, I think that's super cool, right? You have Yuji, who is fairly new to everything, being able to at least put up somewhat of a fight, and even breaking a katana imbued with cursed energy. I mean, I might just be glazing Yuji here, but I think that's pretty fucking cool.
No, it is. It really goes to and I think that's something that we see in that portion of the episode as well, where Yuta seems even a little bit surprised himself when they get to fighting. He's surprised that he's keeping up with him, surprised at how fast he is, at his prowess, his physical prowess, right? And that's when I think Yuta goes ahead and recognizes that, hey, this is one of Gojo's students. This guy's going to be a little demon, right? This guy's he's going to be a problem. And just like the rest of his students, yeah, he's going to be a problem. I think that does come into one of the standout fights for the season for me. Just that entire sequence in the beginning of the season, right before they enter the culling games, where we have Yuta with Yuji and Naoya, and then what's the blood painting's name? Choso. We have that fight sequence between all of them, and I think that was one of the standout fights for me in the season. We get to see what the kind of like the furthest extent of the technique that Naoya has is, which is really busted if it weren't going against some also ridiculously busted people. Which yeah, you could be. I understand the confidence. I do. I understand the confidence of where it's coming from, but man, like, you just chose some of the worst situations to try and stunt on people with. I mean, if you weren't so like, what's the word? Like, he doesn't want to use weapons.
Cocky.
Right? Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah, but he still carries one.
Yeah, he carries one and he'll still use it, right?
I think it's kind of slimy that he talks about like, oh, I think it's stupid when people do join, but then he still uses it.
Yeah,
like, brother, nobody cares. You can run fast. That's it. You got smacked into the forehead. Your entire skull got crushed by a girl with no cursed energy.
Can we talk about that for a second, dude? That the freeze frame there.
The 4-time freeze frame on a man. I have personally never seen an anime character get done so dirty by animators. So dirty.
So
he's over here running and just hyping himself up about how powerful this technique is. And then he's just like, oh, hey, you think you're going to stand there and take it? No, you got dome pieced. Oh my God, it was awesome.
Yeah, I have never seen a 4 times slow-mo freeze frame just doing him dirty. Then after that, they get the Mortal Kombat finisher in there with his bones breaking in his face.
Yeah,
man, that felt good. That felt really good.
Felt so good.
Just watching him get clapped a little bit, especially like that whole episode 4 is just a piece of art. The composition
really
is really, really good. I think that the way that they do the different angles, like the camera angles, I think are really good. It's all super smooth. Like the fighting sequences with the hay is really, really cool. I really like. I can't remember which one of the hay it is that makes the stone hands come out of the ground. But there's a scene in that episode where the hands come together and clap, and like blood comes around it, and like a disc from the inside of the hand. It was a really, really cool sequence. I loved the animation on that. I thought that was really well done. Right. That episode has some of the coolest fight sequences, and it almost seems like it's referencing Kill Bill at certain points. I can think of a couple when they're walking
Hmm.
through the different the paper dividers, and there's blood getting splattered across it as she's walking through the building. Just some really solid choreography. Not choreography. I don't know the right word for it, but just really good placements, and I think that the shots look really good. Maybe not even good. I think they look great, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah, I think they looked incredible.
it's
I mean,
it's
I mean, even from like even stepping away from the fight when the three brothers are all in the room, and it's
oh, with the will.
they're hearing yeah, the Naobito's will,
Yeah,
right? They're hearing about that, and why are you just why are the three of them aura farming that hard?
just
Like
for no reason.
it's just no reason. They're just standing there looking sick as fuck.
Like for
It was so cool. I mean, I don't remember that part of the manga. Yeah, I mean, I probably just skimmed past it, but man, did they make that look really cool. Um, and then the Toji's older brother, I thought he was the one who was able to have like the 100 fists come down from the sky.
yes, his
I
name
thought that
is
was super cool.
Jinichi.
Now, Jinichi, yes.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool. And something that I noticed that I thought was maybe I might be just absolutely completely out of my mind here.
Sure. Lay it
But
on
when
me.
he's walking towards Maki, right?
Yep.
Maki's being held down by the other member of the Hay. I don't remember his name
The
either.
guy with the eyes,
Um,
like the ones
yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty sick. Yeah, pretty sick ability. But he's like it in a way kind of looks like he's aura farm walking. But in my opinion, I feel like he's just kind of walking like he understands the strength of the Heavenly Pact, right? They're like this entire time they're glazing Toji, being like the only reason that the Zenin clan is alive is because Toji decided not to wipe everyone out. Holy Toji Glaze. Toji is my absolute favorite anime character. I have a tattoo of him. I have his inverted spear. I have it on my neck. Absolutely incredible. I loved hearing that. Anyways, the glaze was great, but with that being said, him kind of just like walking, I don't feel like that was aura farming. I think that was just kind of him accepting his fate. Like, hey, I'm gonna die here, but I'm gonna give it my all.
I think he
I'm
knows.
gonna go into it. I'm just gonna do the best.
I think he knows better than everybody else in the room because he is Toji's brother. That he has like some responsibilities he has to handle, and he's gonna, with honor, uphold them. But he knows. I think he knows he's not gonna make it through it. I think he's aware that a fully
Yeah, no
realized
shot.
Toji, who's not on a leash, and for some reason is deciding not to kill everybody. You've got someone who you've decided to just disparage their entire lives, and then you have her father attempt to kill her, and then you kill her sister. I mean, it's a whole mess. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Right? What are you gonna do? I mean, you're throwing yourselves to the wolves at that point, and I don't think that really leads anywhere good, as we can see.
Absolutely not. I mean, I mean, it was a pretty quick fight. I mean,
All things considered, yeah.
I can't. All things considered, like they are very very strong. And what are all semi first grade or special grade?
I think so. I'm not positive.
And they just get absolutely clapped. Now, with that being said, the semi first grade, the members of the Hay being semi first grade or special grade. You had talked to me about this previously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they were indirectly trying to get to the point that the heavenly restriction is a special grade curse technique.
Yes.
Now, hear me out, okay?
Yep.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
With the addition of Modulo, we see that it is now in 3 different generations of the family, right? And it's all from the Zenin clan, right?
Right.
We have Toji, we have Maki, then we have Maki's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a heavenly restriction. What I think, we know it's passed down in the Zenin clan, and we're really not seeing anything outside of that, right? We don't see a heavenly restriction with anybody else. Maybe you could argue that Yuta has not Yuta, Yuji has something of the sorts just because he is so physically dominant without cursed energy.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's clear, so it's passed down in generations, just like a lot of other curse techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, it's under the like it's created by the lack of cursed energy, right? So it's kind of like at birth they're giving up all of their cursed energy, right? Kind of feel like that is the same a condition or
Like a binding
uh
vow almost.
a curse, yeah, a binding vow. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. A binding vow, like the way that Gojo and Sukuna kept do for their domains.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, what I think the reason obviously that makes it special great, he shit on the strongest Zenny members. Like just absolutely clapped, dome pieced, destroyed, murdered,
Like
decimated.
took him to slam
Whatever,
town,
what
dude.
any other descriptive words of just putting them in their place.
Yeah,
Whatever you can find. Like
I think
that is what she did.
I think
So that's why I kind of hold it as special grade.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense to me, right? It's only in the family. It continues to be passed down, right? It's only in the Zenin clan. I mean, that's almost like a prerequisite for having a curse technique. And while it has it, I think, I mean, what is it? It removes all of your cursed energy. It's almost similar to, like you were saying, a binding vow, where at birth they did the binding vow to almost like enable the technique. Now I think there's something to be said where with the twins there was something a little janky, and when Mai left, Maki did end up fully removing all of her cursed energy. I think there is some stipulation that we just don't know, but that also just happens to be par for the course with JJK. A lot of the stuff is just
It's very par for the course.
a little confusing, but I think they do a good enough job in explaining it to where it's like I don't care. I like half the time I just don't
Yeah,
care.
I
if some
really
of the
don't
stuff
give a
doesn't make
shit.
sense. Like there are
I really
moments
don't care. It's
like there's one
they just do
specific
so
scene.
well.
I'm referencing the manga here, but there's a moment when I can't remember if this was animated yet. It might have been in season 2, but when Toto claps, but he doesn't have a hand anymore. I think this is in the manga, right?
No. It's in the end of season 2 when they're fighting Mahito.
That's right. That's right. When he claps without using his hands, it's not like it doesn't make sense, dude. I wasn't sure if he was I wasn't really sure if it was
His
like one of
booty
those.
cheeks.
I was gonna say it's like one of the memes of like Mr. Krabs clapping his booty cheeks together as he's walking, dude. Like that's got to be what's going on. Like it has to be. Speaking of Toto, like come on, first and foremost, like come the fuck
Oh
on.
my God.
What a character, what a goat, dude. Best character in the franchise.
Besto friendo.
This guy is for sure. I think the least hated character in the entire franchise. I think Gojo probably has
easily.
more haters than Toto, like by far. This guy has
100%.
he's batting 1,000. This guy has a what is it? 100% win rate. 100% win rate. All right, and
Essentially.
his power is boogie woogie. He's bouncing back and forth, and it seems so simple. But even Sukuna says in the manga that hey, this is no joke. This technique is not like just some flawed thing. It's actually like so simple, but it works very well. Super disorienting.
So simple. Exactly. So simple, works very well. But I think on top of that, what's impressive is Yuji's ability to go with it.
Yes, like the absolute faith he has.
He's able to. I mean, we see it in season 2 when he's fighting Mahito. This man is swinging at air, absolute air. Like when he gets boogie woogied into the position, he's already full swing, full punch, full power. This man is swinging on air, knowing that his besto friendo is going to he's gonna get there.
He's gonna land it, and
that is complete trust.
Well, it's so smooth, right, when they do these, because I think one of the funny parts about JJK is like the sheer amount of jumpings that happen, where it's just like multiple of our main characters just beating the brakes off of just one unlucky person. Like I think specifically of this is Nanami and Yuji when Nanami first takes him out on like a some sort of quest type deal in season 1, where they're doing the same thing to Mahito. That might have been season 2. I can't remember, but man, I love the jumping.
I think that was season 1.
Like a lot of the hand-to-hand combat fights in this show are just so clean and so well put together. And they're smooth. They flow really well.
Absolutely.
I love the effort they put into this stuff because it's really validating seeing just such high quality animation come out with a story that they really do justice to, right? I think another thing,
Indeed.
bringing that up, one thing I noticed, especially because I watched before this, I rewatched some of the last few episodes. Something I noticed was there are moments, especially with it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it back for a second. Chainsaw Man, first season. Do you remember when that came out and they were using all that CGI for Denji in the beginning? And then as the season went
Yes.
on, it slowly started to like pull into the hand-drawn animation and then using the CGI more for the really intensive giant scenes with a bunch of like zombies or something, right? I did
Yeah.
notice in JJK season 3 they were using some of that CGI animation, but it was very, very subtle. They used it in scenes where it was like a ton of movement and it was hard to notice. And I think that the corners that they're cutting with that are really tasteful, right? I really, it took me a lot to notice those little scenes, and I think that it was intentional in where they were placed, and I thought that was really well done. I don't know if that's something that you
I
noticed
mean, I
along the
did
way
not
as
notice
well.
this. No, that went right over my head.
Yeah, I really appreciated the subtlety of how they added those in. I thought that was a really good way for them to kind of stretch the budget a bit. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the animation is just so smooth that it's that I'm just seeing things, but I'm pretty sure that they just used that really well, and that was something that I think I really appreciated out of the studio for this season. Just because there is so much that they had to do, right? Uh, there's so many big
I mean,
flashy
yeah.
fights. I mean, my one I think of is when they're dealing with the reincarnated sorcerer who can like stretch the sky, right? Like
Yeah,
those
that
animation sequences are I imagine so hard to pull off.
I mean, it has to. It's the I think they did really well with like that kind of like glistening in the sky effect
Yes,
that
dude.
that
Yes.
lady uses. Like I thought that was really well done. Stepping back from the crazy fights, but something that I really enjoyed about the animation was the small parts that they took care of. When Yuji and Megumi are going to meet Hikari, that little lifting up
Oh, the
the
traffic pylon thing for like going to the parking garage.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, that was like nobody gives a shit about that, but they did really good at. I mean, like it was just so smooth. It was so, it's not something that is going to go down in history. It's not something that's going to get clipped out onto TikTok or whatever, or anything like that. But like,
It's
I
funny.
mean,
It's funny you say
it
that.
was just
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's funny you say that because that specific clip we had talked about previously, and I had later after we had talked about it, I saw a clip on like it was Instagram or YouTube, I think, where it was comparing that scene, like lifting that traffic pylon, the frames on that versus like a fight in One Punch Man season 3 with Garo. Man, and it's
God,
crazy just the difference between because One Punch Man season 1 and 2 were I thought they were great, right? And then season 3
they're
comes
great.
along and it just wasn't the same production value. And then you see you
I've
know
seen Family Guy episodes, but animated better than that.
yeah, man. I mean, and then you see JJK coming in, and even in those small scenes, they're adding a lot of value in areas that you wouldn't necessarily expect, and I really appreciate that. I think
I
that's
mean, that's
something
love of
that
the game.
that's for the love of the game, and I mean, obviously, I think JJK is their cash cow, right? I think this is like where the
Absolutely.
money's coming from, where most of your views, most of like your advertisements and like whatever brand deals, I'm sure. I think there was some on like Uniqlo or something like that, but I mean, even that just shows like how far this series has stretched in like the mainstream and the popular culture, especially in like the anime community. I think everybody's got their eyes on this series. Even like when the
I would
movie,
have to argue. I would have to argue that JJK is what I believe to be the beginning of the Great Shift.
I have to agree with you there. I think that this series has made anime a lot more digestible at times. Uh,
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of animes that I think you can look at and they're not going to be the easiest thing for somebody, especially like a beginner in the space to really get through. I mean, I think the original one that I would recommend people was Death Note. I think that was like my
Yeah,
default.
that was mine too.
That was like the default thing that I would start people off with if I wanted them to like enjoy anime. I think that mental thriller like kind of almost like a noir type thing where you have a mystery going on in the background, some sort of mind game. You know, I just yeah, I'm real. I lost my train of thought there. I'm gonna be real with you.
No worries, no worries. Okay. This is something that, I have put a good amount of thought into.
Okay.
And honestly, I kind of go back and forth with it
Yep. Lay it on me.
pretty often.
Mhm.
And this, some people might hate this. Sukuna was not beating Gojo without the Ten Shadows technique. I don't care. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That was not gonna happen. Okay. The only reason that Sukuna was able to win, and I get, okay, there's gonna be the people are gonna give the argument that he wasn't giving it his all yet, fully transformed yet, because he needed the Ten Shadows technique. That's why he didn't do it. Don't be an idiot. But if he didn't have Maharaga's wheel to be able to adapt to Infinite Void, he would have gotten smacked out of the fucking blue. Yep. Into a new dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely dome pieced. Obviously, you know, it's still I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, if he didn't have it, it would have been an easy fight in any sort of the way. You know, Sukuna, the king of curses. He stands by the nickname. He is the king. He is the strongest. He is
namesake's
super
there for
cool.
Namesake's there for a reason.
Namesake is there for a reason, but at the end of the day, he wasn't getting past Infinite Void. He wasn't getting past Limitless.
I think one good domain expansion.
90% of that fight. Well, I don't know. I think that there was something to think about because of like how often they both had to keep changing the binding vows on their, or not the binding vows, like the rules of their domains. I mean, like there's definitely something to say there. I don't think it would have been one and done, right? Because it took a few for him to get used to it. But once at the end, like we saw that. In the one that Maharaga was able to adapt to Infinite Void, Sukuna took some serious damage before that happened. Right?
Yeah.
So eventually, I think eventually it would have just whittled it down. But I can't stand on the side that Sukuna would beat Gojo. Now, before I get absolutely chirped about this, I like Sukuna more than Gojo.
Okay.
I don't really like Gojo that much as a character.
Okay.
That's gonna get me a lot of hate.
I was gonna say that's
I don't really.
That's a bold statement for this for this fan base.
I don't really mess with Gojo that much. All right, I get it. He's sick. He's powerful. He's awesome. He's kind of just a cool dude. But like, I don't know. It doesn't hit deep for me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That actually probably is just me in this entire community.
No. Listen, I love Gojo. I think Gojo is an awesome character, and I think that he is one of the biggest reasons people really get sucked into this series. I also think that there are other compelling characters outside of the people who are ridiculously strong. I mean, for me,
oh yeah,
obviously, I think Todo, Yuta are some of my favorite characters. And obviously, Yuta's like ridiculously strong, but Todo, I don't think like if you just look at like let's say you have like a D&D character sheet for the guy. Wow, camera's doing a thing. I don't think there's like. I don't think Todo has like some crazy OP like seeming stat block that would terrify people and would just kind of put him in that sort of league, right? But I think he's just such a compelling...
He doesn't really have like a... Sorry,
that?
what were you saying? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I think he's a compelling
I was
character.
going to say... Oh yeah, he's super funny. He's he's jacked to all shit.
Yeah.
And he's just I don't know. I don't think that man has ever been on screen and I didn't just laugh my ass off. Especially when he did the Black Flash, when Yuji throws the rock and he's doing the Black Flash.
You talking about the My Hero Academia,
like,
the All Might fucking the lat spread, dude? Yeah.
Dude, what was that? But that just makes sense to his character because it did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but he did it for the culture, man. He did it for the people. Like
he did it for the. He did do it for the people. He did it for the love of the game.
It was for the love of the game. And I think that's what's so fun about it is I think, especially like during the Mahito fights with Yuji and Todo realizes he's doing nothing. He is there for emotional support and just like boogie woogieing like crazy. And he's good at what he's doing, right? He obviously leads to a lot of effect, and Yuji's landing a lot of consecutive Black Flashes, enough to inspire our boy here to hit one himself. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think especially one of the things I wanted to talk about was in like the later sequences, like in the later episodes, when we're looking at what we've got the Lord, who is it? The like the bug character who's in there at the end, like the cockroach type of
Oh,
individual, the cursed spirit.
yeah, the cockroach special great curse spirit.
Something like that, yeah. And then we've got some of the other reincarnated sorcerers. I mean, there's like the sky one. There's the dude who shoots the energy out of his hair. I'd have to look and see what their names are, but I loved. Okay, okay. The thing that I think really stood out in those last few episodes was we got to finally see Yuta doing what he does best after he was in Africa with Miguel. I think it's we got some really good snippets in the beginning of the series with him fighting Yuji, but watching Yuta and Rika just tear down an entire area of the Culling games on their own is so really like, what's the word? I don't want to say refreshing, but it's kind of refreshing watching him again finally like really get out there and do what he has to do. I mean, he's doing stuff for the love of the game too. When there was a point I think I saw where they were him and then the one guy who shoots the energy out of his hair. Again, losing the name. They kind of have like a pissing match where they both shoot at each other with their power at the same time. Where Yuta said he would have done it beforehand to win, but he decided not to and to do it face to face. Like, that's baller. Like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like,
he kind of just he's like low key or a farmer, right? He's not out there to just like absolutely mog everybody. But like at the end of the day, when he has to, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it.
He
man.
can do it.
Like
he's gonna do it.
Like, he does it, bro. And not only that, but it looks good. Like, the animation's so fucking clean, man. Like the fight with him and Rika where they're going nuts, and you get to like see the different forms of animation that people are like kind of crumbling away into different things. We get to see Yuta have his little like armored mech arm thing when he's chained to Rika.
Cool. Oh yeah,
cool. I couldn't remember that
Super
from
cool.
the manga, but I liked that little addition. Whether that was there or not, I thought it was neat. I guess with that,
I think something that is.
Yeah,
well, I think something to add about Yuta's character is that I think that it's really cool that most of the time when you have a character who has this kind of for the sakes of JJK we'll call it a Shikigami. When you have something like that, well, it's technically not a Shikigami. Okay, when you have such a powerful entity like that you can control, like most people kind of just rely on that completely. Now, obviously, Yuta's a little bit of a different case because he can only manifest it for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He can only manifest Rika for 5 minutes. But also, like, it's just very, very... It's very cool for me to see a character still have their own fighting ability besides that.
Yes.
Right? Like, this dude murks people even without Rika.
He's not a one-trick pony. I mean, let's just say, like,
no, not at all.
If we remove Rika from the equation, I mean, he still has a preposterous cursed energy store. I mean, that's how he ended up cursing Rika in the first place, right? Like, this kid's just like a walking time bomb. So it's cathartic seeing the beginning from the beginning of the Zero movie with Yuta to now, and seeing how comfortable he is working on his own as well as with Rika, and just seeing he does live up to that special grade status. Like, he's a freak.
Absolutely.
And he's doing cool stuff, and I really appreciate the care that's gone into the season, because I think that also wasn't it supposed to have like a part 2 to season 2, but now they're just doing a season 3.
So I don't exactly know what's happening. They were supposed to do it part 1 and part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know if I think I mentioned this, that the director of Mappa left. Mappa.
He just left.
Well, yeah, I don't really know the details. I didn't look that deep into it, but I know he left. So I'm guessing it has some part to do with that.
Okay.
Obviously, like they would probably take like a couple week break and then get back into it, but they need to find a new director, or at least get the other one back. With that being said, I did get really scared because I did see a rumor, and I pray to God it's just a rumor, that JC Staff might be taking over JJK. I swear to God, that's the people who did One Punch Man season 3.
Please God no. Please God no. I can't do it again, man.
Please. I
like,
cannot lose another incredible show.
With the reception,
I cannot do it.
I don't think they will, though. And even if they do, I think if they put out an episode like they did with season 3 of One Punch Man on JJK, I think there'd be like a huge community backlash. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's so annoying when like so I'm really pro like the artist's vision, right? I get really frustrated, especially when like viewers of anime or like any sort of content, right? They start to freak out and they'll like lash out at the authors on social media, right? Because of a decision they made. First off, guys, it's their story, right? Let them write their own story. If that's you, shame. But
Shame.
just shame,
Shame.
just shame. Let them cook. Let them do their own thing. It's the same thing with the One Piece author. He had written at some point that he had like a bunch of different alternate versions of the ending, one that the fans would like, one the fans wouldn't like, and then one he would like or something like that.
That was Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. Okay, yeah. So like it just let these mangakas do their thing, people. Let these artists have their vision. This is like just as much as it is their project. Yes, it is. Once you put your art out there, it's up to interpretation. It's for the community, right? But have some like grace when you're working with these people, right? They're artists. You know, I'm sure it's aspiring artists and authors, maybe animators, illustrators out there.
There's a method to the madness for sure.
Yeah, right. Like trust your own vision. Okay, don't listen to what the other people are telling you. Just trust your own vision. You're gonna work it out. It'll be fine. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I guess with that, are there any other like big points you wanted to bring up with JJK? I mean, I know you mentioned that you've been reading Modulo. I have not touched Modulo yet. I've heard it's very good. I've read through the end of the original the manga, right? But I haven't touched Modulo yet. So what are your kind of thoughts on that?
So, I mean, main thought is just I don't really exactly know what the point of it was. Obviously, you know, I've heard the rumors that, you know, it's a prequel to a sequel. You know, they were doing 30 chapters, and then they're going to move into, you know, another JJK, like another world of JK, same world JJK, but, you know, at that time period. But I do think that they hit some really good things. One, Yuji's at an absolute dog now.
Dog.
So it's 70 years in the future. It's about Yuta's grandkids,
Okay.
Yuta and Maki's grandkids. Yeah, they get to fucking.
I mean, that's just a kind of a breeding grounds for some ridiculous curse techniques.
A descendant of what I think descendant of. Is he? I don't know which clan
he's related to Gojo along the way, like some sort of like distant relative, right? Or Yuta is.
Yeah, something like that.
So you get the Zenin blood with the Gojo clan blood with the what is Yuta's last name?
Okotsu.
Yeah, right. Like that's a crazy.
I don't think the Okotsu. I don't think that's anything.
Were they known for anything or no before this? Because he was just like a regular person, right?
No. Yeah, he was just a regular kid. Yeah.
Man.
But he is direct descendant of. He's a descendant of one of the top head 3 sorcerers.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely crazy. We see, you know, the granddaughter has the 10 shadows technique. You know, she summons Maharaga, and you know, obviously that just dupes her out of there. But Yuji, so it's 80 years in the future. Few things for Yuji. One, he can't age.
Okay.
So he's in his physical prime. Now, I don't exactly know what that's due. They didn't really explain it. My guess is that because he was Sukuna's vessel, that's what happened. But then I also wouldn't understand why, what's it called? Why Megumi also wouldn't have the same thing. Maybe just the impact. I don't know. Or maybe the fact that Yuji had fingers. He consumed the fingers. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it probably has to. I think it probably has to do. I mean, even after Sukuna's technique, it kind of ingrained itself in Yuji, where he was able to use dismantle. I think it was probably something similar to that. I think you're right, because Yuji already
he has his own cleave. Yeah.
He had his own like he was already like very dense. Like his constitution was super high, which already is like you know big. But he was already able to contain Sukuna. He even said if he like had all the fingers, he thinks that he'd still be able to contain the guy, right? So I think there's just something special about Yuji, and I think his body did probably inherit some things from Sukuna, just from the time inside of him. I think that makes sense to me.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, he did inherit things of Sukuna's. So he also has all of dismantle. So he has his own cleave, like the little scissor cutting thing that we see in JJK. Mm-hmm. He has dismantle, which he uses a single dismantle, and it had 10 times the power of a single fuga.
Really?
Yeah, like it created this gigantic crater. It was so cool. He also can. He also is now maxed. He is the most proficient user in blood manipulation. He used a single drop of blood, and and just murked an entire building.
Dude, we've built ourselves like we walked into Build-A-Bear and like shoved like a pocket knife in the hand of this guy. Like this is crazy. Like Yuji, I love
Oh,
that
I'm not.
he's
Oh,
like
I'm not done.
Okay, yeah, lay it on me. Keep going, man. Keep going.
Oh, I'm not. He can. Oh, he can also use Malevolent Shrine.
All right, pack it up.
Now,
Pack it up.
because he also has um blood manipulation. It only seems to, like, to me it makes sense that he'd also have a blood manipulation domain expansion.
I don't know if that's the case, or
At the end of the
like because they like Choso, for example, and then the other Zenin people who had the blood manipulation use it to empower themselves, right? To like strengthen themselves, make themselves move quicker. Do you think does he do that? Like, is that something that they bring up in the series, or?
I mean, they really just saw him kind of like shoot a piece of blood through, and then just like a single drop of blood,
Yep.
and then every window from the building is just spraying out blood.
Dude, that might have been. Is that the technique that Choso uses in like the third or fourth episode, or the second or third episode of this of season 3, where the blood kind of explodes?
No, that I think that's a little bit different for him because he isn't like, so technically, since he's half cursed spirit, half human, or whatever he is, he can turn his own cursed energy into blood.
Oh, okay, that makes
right.
sense.
So that was a little bit different. So he can't die from blood loss, but he can die from no cursed energy. So
okay.
in that sense, he turned his cursed energy into blood. But in what I'm saying here is Yuji just did it.
He just did it.
He just did it.
He just did it, man. We've.
Oh, he can also black flash at will.
Yeah, well, he was kind of doing that beforehand, right?
Yeah, silent. No, fully at will.
Just like fully, just walks in, just like slaps somebody, and just calls it a day.
Walks in, touches a man, and it's a black flash.
Well, all right, folks. Welcome back, Gojo. Everybody, say hi to Gojo for us. We have Sukuna and Gojo's.
No. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand. If Sukuna with the 10 shadows technique fully come out.
Okay.
And Gojo fought this Yuji at full power, they'd get clapped.
Dog, no way. I don't know. Like, that seems a little bit of a stretch.
Dude, I'm telling you, this man is, bro. He cut the entirety of Mahito. So Mahito came back eventually.
Okay.
Right, and he's fighting Mahito. He goes into the idol transfiguration. He goes into Mahito's domain expansion. Doesn't even take out his
domain.
Doesn't even take his hands out of his pockets and just clips it. Hold on, I'll send you a photo.
Yeah. Let me see what this looks like. I'm curious here. It's just unreal, man. I think I'm trying to think of like other series that came out this season that were even close to as good as this. I mean, Freer in season 2 came out. Excellent.
Excellent.
JJK.
All right, look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That is, he didn't even take his hands out of his pocket.
That is an insane panel, dude. That is an insane panel. Okay, I'll put this up on
somewhere.
Yeah,
like
I'll put it up on screen
like
for
right
everybody. But man, that's wild. That's a crazy looking scene. I love the detail they put into these types of panels. Like there's a name for that when the animators like cube everything. What's that called?
I don't really know.
No, there's a name.
I can tell you.
There's a name for it where like the impact frames all come off as little cubes. They did it in One Punch Man season 1 a couple times, which I think it was like in the Genos and Saitama fight, as well as another one, I'm sure. I think it was like the one where he's fighting the Kabuto, the beetle. But
okay.
We're kind of hitting at that point here. I mean, I guess, are there any other points you were really looking to bring up this week? I think JJK is just super solid. If you haven't seen it
I
yet,
mean,
what are you doing,
like,
guys?
yeah. If you have not seen it yet, I don't know what exactly you're doing. I don't know if you're living under a rock, if you don't have access to internet connection. Watch it.
Just
Come
give
on.
give it a
It's so
watch.
good. It's so, and also, if you have caught up to the anime and haven't read the manga, read the manga. The manga is incredible. From here until the end, it is nonstop. Bang, 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 bang. There's maybe 5 chapters from where we're at now to the end where they're not fighting.
Well, and I have to say as well, oh shoot, what was I gonna say? I had something really cooking there. You can continue here. I lost it. We're off into the void again. We're doing what we can, doing what we can.
Well, no, I mean that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all I got too. So everybody, thanks for stopping in. We really appreciate you. Have a good week as we're coming in here, and thanks for sharing JJK with us as we're coming into this season 3 close. We appreciate you all, and yeah, come back around.